just yet, but I am not only am I dating, but I am dating a man with a child, like a whole miniature human being. Yes, yes, yes. I haven't shared this with you all yet, so I want to share with you all this evening about my dating somebody with a child when I never wanted to date somebody that had a kid. So this story is let me just share it with you. So come on in. What's up, people? It's good to see you guys. Lord help me. Listen, it's not easy getting out here telling all the business, okay? So give me a moment. I want to share this broadcast with people so that they'll know to come on in and join me. Come on, phone. It's moving all slow. Let's go. Okay, so now I don't have kids, okay? And so on my list of deal breakers was having a kid. I didn't care how many. I didn't want to date anybody that had a child. None at all whatsoever. So for those of you, hey, single or married, because if even if you're married now, at one point you were single. What is your how are you? Like, are you no kids, open to dating with kids? You have kids and open to dating somebody with kids? I've heard of people having kids and being like, you know what? I'm not open to dating anybody with kids because I already got them jokers. So this has been challenging. So I am, how old am I? I'm 37, no children. So I'm kind of like a unicorn, okay? Never been married, no children. So at my age, mostly everybody, it seems, at least it feels like, when you're single and dating, it seems like almost everybody has been married. They have kids, and by the time you're around that 40 range, people's children are not little. They're in high school, they're in college, and they don't want to start over. So this area, listen, if you know about this struggle in any type of form, baby, put a one up. If you have had, oh my gosh, to deal with this in any way, put a one up. Damn. Thank you for calling me young. I appreciate it. So I was not open to it. I mean, and the one time I tried dating somebody with a kid, it was terrible. Thank you, Felicia. Somebody gonna be honest. Y'all trying to make me feel like it's just me out in these streets. I know it wasn't just me. So it's hard. And because I don't have kids, I want kids. So it's always been this strain of, look, I've had my kids. I don't want anymore. I've had that so much. Well, let me backtrack. So a few years ago, Holy Spirit dealt with me. When I tell you I had no intention, none at all whatsoever, of removing this from my deal breaker list. And let me tell you why I didn't want to date somebody with kids. And, this might change how some of you all look at me. Because some of y'all probably think, oh, Dr. Cubion is super saved. I'm super regular. I just love God a lot. Number one. That child support money, he could be buying me some Dooney and Bert, going on vacations. That child support be a lot of money. God, isn't it, Becky? Child support be a lot of money. Yes, Joe, his plan is very different from my plan. I didn't want to date people with kids because I want us both to be clueless. At least I did. I didn't want, when there's time for, we get pregnant, I didn't want a man knowing everything about going on and, oh, you do this, and this. I wanted him to be just as clueless as me. Didn't want to deal with no type of baby mama drama. I've seen friends with it, so I was like, you know what? Nope, I'm good. Had, again, zero plans of changing my mind and taking the kids off of my deal breaker list. I had no intention. Oh, but God. Can you say, but God? But God? Let me see what Dale said. He says, my son is 27, my daughter 29 and 20, last one is 11. Ooh, now see, in Dale, like right here, I got all these beautiful sisters of mine that are ready. They are single. They are good women, and they're good and fertile. Are you open to having another child, Dale? So guys, say but God. So listen. I tell you, I had no plans, so some of you all might find this funny. I'm out of town for ministry, and my apostle and I were headed to this event. And it was a young person in the ministry, like her school choir was singing. Time out, Dale said, no, Dale, God might blow your plan all up. Adrian, yes ma'am, good and fertile, baby, ready. So let me focus. Y'all are so funny. Oh my gosh. So we are headed to, mind you, we're heading into it's a church. No, I take that back. We were at a school, and it was her school event, and her choir was singing, and so we just went to support. So mind you, we are in public. Holy Spirit, oh Lord have mercy, God starts dealing with me about not wanting to date somebody with kids. Now listen, if you don't want to date anybody that has kids, this broadcast is not to convince you to change your mind. What I do want you to do is to ask God what his plan is for you, and to be willing to tell God that, Lord, while I have one plan, Lord, if you have another plan, I'm willing to change my plan for your plan. God, I'm willing to submit my will to your will. So, and I hope that you would do so a whole lot easier than I did. Now again, God was dealing with me. I'm in public. Felicia said, you can't change my mind. I'm not trying to, Felicia, but girl, let me tell you how God dealt with me. So God started talking to me about not wanting to date anybody with kids. Have you ever seen like a bulldog on a bone? Do you know what it's like trying to take a bone away from not just a bulldog, but a hungry, strong bulldog? Baby, like that's how I was holding on to that. And God started dealing with me about that and was saying, daughter, let it go. And here was the thing. At the time, God was not telling me whether or not the person that I was going to marry had kids or not. But he was asking me to let it go. And I didn't want to date anybody with kids. Another huge reason that I didn't want to date anybody with the kid or kids is because I had never, ever had a man put me first. So out of all of my reasons, this was really it. I had never been put first, and for once in my life, I wanted to be a priority. And in my mind, there was no way that somebody with children could make me a priority, because kids are the priority. That was how my mind saw it. And every man up until that point that said he loved me hurt me. And so I'm like, God, for once in my life, just before I even have kids, I want to be the apple of somebody's eye. Like, have you ever, maybe y'all haven't been single that long to have these kind of discussions with God, but I was telling God, Lord, I want to know what it's like to be the apple of somebody's eye. I want to be priority. I want to be first. And if he has children, God, he can't put me first. I want it to be like, God, Cubion. That's the order that I am wanting, God. And so God was dealing with me about that thing and dealing with me about that thing. And so it's like I went through deliverance in that church. It was like that thing that I had, I was so attached to that idea that a man with children couldn't make me a priority the way that I want. A man that had children couldn't love me the way that I wanted. And then I didn't want the drama. And then I don't have children. Like, I had a dog for several years, but baby, I don't know about, like, for real. I used to be a little girl. I don't know about children. Most definitely don't know about nothing about other boys. And he dealt with me and dealt with me. And I felt like God was ripping that off of me. And I didn't want to let it go. So, y'all, guys, guy had me up in this church, up in public, ugly crying. Now, we're at a choir event. People are excited and clapping because, you know, they're playing upbeat music, and I'm up in the pew. And my pastor knew what was going on, and he was telling me that I needed to let it go, and God was dealing with me. I'm glad he knew what was going on, and he didn't just think I was crazy. So I'm ugly crying. So I finally like released it from my heart and was like, okay, God, I'll be open to dating somebody with kids, and if that's what you want from me, okay. But I gotta be honest, I was a little mad about it because, again, I didn't think a man with children could put me first and love me. That was how I felt. And I gotta tell you, so I've been open to it since, and I have only been talking. So after 15 years, for the first time, I'm in a committed relationship. We're talking marriage. You know, we're both believing that this is it. No, he's not proposed. No, Amanda, you know, this is not a real ring, girl. This is my little fashion stuff right here. But I'm keeping it ready. As soon as he do propose, baby, it's coming off. So we talk about it. So the man that I'm dating now has a son. And I gotta tell you, I'm so glad I let it go. Because this kid, this is the kid I never knew that I wanted. And to be honest, I fell in love with his son before I fell in love with him. And that's real. And I love that little boy so much. Oh, I love that little boy so much. He's so sweet. He is the cutest little thing, and he has the most beautiful chocolate skin. I want to rob him of his eyelashes because he don't need them long, beautiful, curly eyelashes. Like, he don't need them. But his son is so precious, and I love that little boy. I'm telling you, and I don't understand how. I remember talking to one of my bonus mamas, and when I first met him, and was explaining to her how when I met this kid, like I felt my heart explode. That's the only way that I can describe it. Let me try to keep myself from crying. I felt like my heart exploded, and I told her, I said, "Am I crazy?" But I feel like I love this little boy. But I just met him. But oh my gosh, he won me over. He won me over. Oh my God. And I've been so blessed because now, mind you, in my mind, I got all kind of bad ideas. You know, when I go to meet him, you know, what's going through my mind is him screaming, "You not my mama!" I didn't have no good thoughts, okay? But again, I was just like, God, oh, you told me to be open, God, so I'm open. And it's been beautiful. When he is here, thank God he's never said, "You not my mama." Because my mind was like, if he do that, I'm be like, "I'm not your mammy and don't want to be your mammy." Like, what now? But it's been nothing at all like I thought it would be. And I have to tell you that it was all in my mind and thinking that a person that had children couldn't put me first and couldn't make me feel like I was the apple of their eye. It was a false perception. It was a false assumption. I am the apple of this man's eye, and he can love his child and love me too. But I had no idea. So if you're not wanting to date somebody that has children, I want you to know that they can love their children and still at the same time make you the apple of their eye and love you. When people have their priorities in order, and a man is loving you like God loved the church, there's no way you're going to feel like you're unimportant. Now, at the same time, it does require me being healed enough so that when he has to do something for his child, I don't feel like we're in competition, because his child and I, we are not in competition for his dad's attention. But I can so easily see how when you're not healed, our perception, when we're not healed, we see things through the hurt. We see and we hear through our trauma, through our past experiences. And I do think that this would have been more challenging if I wasn't healed. And my king does really good. As an example, at Christmas time, he was here, and oh my gosh, we were busy and ripping and running and planning for the birthday and going out of town and meeting my spiritual parents. I mean, we were all over the place and super busy. And I loved it how when we were out of town, he was like, okay, son, you staying at the house. I'm taking my lady to dinner. Okay, daddy. Oh, that made me feel so good. Like, that was one of the best nights. And I'm like, boy, you better be glad. Oh, baby, if we were married, you had a whole package of cookies tonight. Okay. Well, we got to keep them things under lock right now. We got to keep them under lock right now. But I love that he did that and was like, okay, we need some time. You're going to stay here at the house with your grandmother. We going out. Holla at you, me take my lady out. Guys, I'm almost at a loss for words. Everything, Adrian, girl, the whole package of cookies, okay? Everything, yes, D, do not encourage me to be. Everything that I had envisioned about dating somebody with kids, all of it was wrong. And actually, so now I need advice, because let me tell you something I did. And I'm wondering if this is normal for mamas, because I feel like I'm stepping into, the whole protective mama thing. But I had a thought, actually a couple of things. So I got teary-eyed. Okay, I'm lying. I was flat out boo-hooing. I was watching my neighbor with her kids, and my neighbor is white, and I just broke down crying, because I was just like, God, it's not fair that she don't have to have the conversation with her kids that we have to have with our son. And I'm calling him my son. That's my baby, okay? That's my baby. And it hurt me. And I'm like, man, especially this summer, we have to have, his dad has to have this talk with him to prepare him for the outside world that will see him not as this cute, adorable, smart little boy that he is, but they will, people will potentially see him as a threat because of the color of his skin. And it broke me down thinking that it is not fair that his dad has to have this conversation with him and rip away part of his innocence. And as I watched my neighbor play with her kids, it made me break down. It made me break down and the thought of that. And then I had this thought. Y'all tell me if I'm crazy. But I had this thought one day, and I was like, yep, I would go to jail for him. Is that normal? I seriously reasoned in my mind that if somebody messed with my baby, I'm willing to do whatever possible to protect him. Like official mama bear mode, I'm willing to go to jail. Is that normal? That I literally sat one day and had that reason. I literally sat and thought like, yep. I know when I crossed the line, I was like, yeah, I go to jail. And I caught myself thinking that. I was like, is that? I need to ask somebody. See, I'll say that's normal. Listen, that is my baby. Do you hear me? That's my baby. And while I didn't birth this kid, haven't even known him long, my God, my king and I, we've only been dating 7 months, okay? And legally, he is not my child, but my heart does not know the difference. I will mess a mofo up. So I'm going to need you mamas out there to teach me how to keep this tame, how to keep it tame, because like at this point I feel like I might fight another kid, and you know I can't be doing that. I think it was not Kevin Hart, Kev on Stage that talked about, no, it was Kevin Hart. I heard joking today. I was listening to Sirius XM channel 98, and he was talking about he fight other kids for over his kids. Like, yeah, I ain't afraid to fight no fight no 10-year-old. What's up? You messing with my baby? So I'm going. Then you say you're not the right mama to teach me, Lord. We might both end up somewhere in jail. So I am learning this role. It's been a really cool experience. This past Father's Day was my first Father's Day where I had a man to celebrate. And so it was really cool. My bonus son and I got to go out and look for things to get him for Father's Day. And I had the opportunity to plan it. And it was so sweet. I can't wait until I can share not just my king, but his son with you all. I am enjoying them so much, and my heart, guys, is so full. I'm still just having these moments of, like, is this really my life? Is this my life? Adrian, listen, I don't want to be looking around in jail going, is this my life? I'm going to jail. Oh, well, somebody messing with my baby. I ain't having that. I can already see I will turn into a whole new person. Like this mama bear, I did not know was in there. I didn't know she was in there, but she in there and will come out when need be. Even when we're in the store, I find myself kind of looking like, you better not halfway look at them crazy. I'm feeling this whole protective thing coming over me. Help me so I can remain Christ-like. How do you protect your kids and remain Christ-like? I can already see that's going to be a problem. Already see. Because this, I got a little bit of me that's a little ratchet. And I'll be ready to go toe-to-toe. Toe-to-toe. So going back to Father's Day. Our day was great. We got him some gifts, which is so cool. My king, he likes plants, and his son, who didn't know that, we're coming out of Lowe's, and he's like, let's get him, I want to get him a plant. And I'm just like, this is interesting. So, which I think is cool. So we got plants and repotted. Yeah, I prayed over because I don't have no green thumb. I wanted to die. I got dinner for us, and we ate dinner like a family, and we finished the evening with a movie, watched an adult movie, then we watched the kid movie that my king and I were going to sleep on. But that evening, I just sat there, and I was just looking at them both. It's like, God, I thank you. Like, this is so cool. This is so cool. This is so cool. Like, this is my life, and it's so crazy how much I love the kid that I thought I never wanted. I love that little boy. So I hope you will be open. You never know what God wants to do. God's plans are far greater than our plans. And if you are not interested in dating somebody with kids and it's a hardcore deal breaker, man, when you get in your prayer closet the next time, talk to God about it. Talk to God about your reasons for not wanting to date someone with kids, because my reasons were built off of hurt and false assumptions. Again, the reason I didn't want to date somebody with kids, it was built off of hurt from never being loved properly and false assumptions. This kid, he actually makes things better. With the exception of this bathroom, because now I know what it's like for my friends that have kids, especially little boys, and I'm at their house and I got to go to the bathroom and they be like, oh, wait, let me check it, child. Girl, listen, I got to check it before you go in the bathroom. I got to check it. I got to check it. We had talked this evening. You gonna have to, why they can't shoot straight? But no, that's for another time. That's for another time. So listen, that's all I wanted to share with you tonight. I have a bonus son. Yay! And I also want to share some video clips. We went to the outdoor safari a few days ago. Now, my king is not ready to show his face on social media, so you're not going to see his face just yet. We're waiting on that. And of course, I can't show my bonus son just yet. But my king is so funny. So I want to share with you guys some video clips of our little drive-through safari that we went through. My king and I, we had more fun than our son did. So listen, if this has touched you or blessed you in any way, caused you to look at dating people with children differently, I want you to please share this with somebody. Oh, and one last thing I want to share with you. I have several friends that are single moms, and I've prayed for them over the years because I've seen how they, the other parent wasn't stepping up, wasn't doing well. And so I prayed for them that they would meet somebody that would love their child like their own, and prayed for them that they would meet somebody that wouldn't mind dating somebody with kids. And it hit me one day. Hi, Betty. It hit me one day that God might want to use me to do the same for somebody else. And so I say to you, God might want to use you to be that positive influence in some little girl or some little boy's life, because it's hard when they don't have both parents in their home. And yeah, there will be challenges on having a blended family, but listen, God can bless this thing so much, my God. I'm telling you, I am a living witness. I was not open to dating somebody with kids, but God may want to use you. And I'm telling you, I'm loving all on this little boy. He is always hugging up on me, just soaking it all up. And we are loving on each other. And and he's 12 years old. As much as, can I be honest? I was about to say something real deep, and it just left me. I don't know what I was about to say. Whatever it was going to be real good. But how you see my t-shirt? My Kaiya Warrior t-shirt. This will be on the website very soon, along with some other shirts. So I'm getting sillier as this video goes on, so I'm just going to end it while I'm ahead. Or before I get any further behind. I don't know what I was about to say. If it comes back and it's necessary, I'll make a post about it or something, okay? So I love you all. Be blessed. Share this with somebody. And I'll be back. Love you guys. Have a good night.